Welcome to Clear Play, powered by Typical Sportsbook. I'm your host, Tony Anderson, and today we are going to break down every single winner of each division. I am joined by senior writer for Bet for the Win, Prince J. Grimes. Prince, we're going to start with the AFC East. I like the Buffalo Bills out of that division. I mean, that game with the Bills versus the Chiefs last year was maybe the best game I've ever seen in my life. They have so much firepower, maybe the most complete team in all of the league. So I'm going with the Bills. Prince, who you got?
I'm going with the Bills, too. I think that game we saw against the Chiefs was all I needed to see. Josh Allen is legit. He's here. That defense is real. That secondary is scary. The biggest competition in that division to me is still the Patriots, not the Dolphins yet, but I don't think Mac Jones can lift the Patriots up enough to compete with the Bills.
All right, now let's go to the AFC North, a team who seems to perpetually fail to live up to expectations are the Cleveland Browns. Now they have Deshaun Watson, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but there's still some question marks. Will he play? Will he not? I'm taking the Browns, and that's contingent on Deshaun Watson playing. What do you got?
Yeah, I just don't understand the odds there, and I expect that to change. I don't understand why they have the shortest odds. I think it's between the Bengals and Ravens. Even if Deshaun Watson is available at the start of the season, we haven't seen him play in more than a year. I think there'll be some rust there, an adjustment period. They have a good team, but if I had to pick a team right now, I'm going with the Ravens. I think, they would have won the division last season if Lamar Jackson didn't get hurt or if the whole team didn't get hurt, and that kind of allowed the Bengals to steal it from them. So I like the Ravens there.
All right, now let's go to the AFC South. This might be the worst division in all of football. I mean, I really don't like any of these teams, right? But somebody has to win a division. So right now, the Colts are the leaders. I actually like the Texans' heart. Even though they don't have much talent, they play with a lot of heart. But I'm still going Colts here. Who do you got in this division?
I like the Colts, too. I think the Titans are the better coach team. But I think Indy, they just needed a better quarterback or a quarterback in the clutch moments who could come through. I think Matt Ryan, while he's not the MVP quarterback he used to be, I think he can be that steady and present. And Stephon Gilmore is a beast on defense. That was a sneaky ad for them on the secondary.
Prince, going from the weakest division to the toughest division in all of football, the AFC West, a team who's not being talked about enough. The Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, I like the value at plus 600. They have a solid quarterback in Derek Carr, which is really half the battle. They added one of the best wide receivers in all of the league, and they have a top 3 tight end in Darren Waller, and they have a really solid running back. So the defense is pretty good, too. So I am actually taking the Raiders and that value at plus 600. Who you got, Prince?
Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers. I think, you mentioned Derek Carr being a pretty solid quarterback. He's still probably the worst quarterback in that division, if you ask me, between Russell Wilson and Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes. And you can't sleep on the Chiefs, but I just think the Chargers, they loaded up this offseason. Adding Khalil Mack is scary. I think Justin Herbert's going to be a year better, and I think they'll take the division this year.
So now we're headed to the NFC East, the Giants and the Commanders. That's their name now. I don't feel like they'll have a chance barring injury. So to me, it's a 2-team race. We have the Cowboys and Eagles, and I'm going with the homer pick. I feel like the Eagles made the biggest offseason splash in A.J. Brown, and I am picking the Eagles to win this division. Prince, who you got?
I'm going with you. I like the Eagles here. They made the playoffs last year. I think adding A.J. Brown is huge for them. And I think the Cowboys take a step back without Amari Cooper. They lost some pieces on defense, too. So I like the Eagles as well.
Then in the NFC North, I like the Vikings. I mean, I really don't like the bet against Aaron Rodgers. To me, he's the greatest quarterback to ever play. But I just feel like with them losing Devontae Adams, unless Aaron Rodgers throws the ball to himself, I really don't see them making too much noise. Justin Jefferson is an absolute stud, so I'm going with the Vikings. Prince, who you got?
Justin Jefferson probably wish he could throw the ball to himself, which is why I'm taking the Packers. I just can't trust Kirk Cousins right now to dethrone Aaron Rodgers in that division.
So Prince, NFC South, I mean, I'm not betting against Tom Brady, so of course I'm taking the Buccaneers. Who you got?
Same. Bucks. Brady's back. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, we don't need to say much. We're going Bucks. Checking that off. Next. Now the NFC West, they have the reigning Super Bowl champions Rams, and I'm going with the Rams. I really am... something is really feeling what the 49ers are doing right now. It looks like they're going to re-sign Deebo Samuel, so I like the 49ers as, as maybe a sneaky pick, but I got to go with the Rams. They're just a great team top to bottom. Again, maybe one of the top 1 or 2 most complete teams in all of the NFL. So I got to go with the reigning champs. Prince, what say you?
Yeah, my only question with the Rams is, did they celebrate too much this offseason? Did they party too much? If they come back with the right mentality, I don't see the Niners knocking them off. I just don't know what the Niners are doing at quarterback right now. Is Jimmy Garoppolo coming back? Is Trey Lance any good? We don't know that yet. I think the Niners, they have a good team. They'll be in contention for the playoffs again, but I'm just not sure they're ready to take the division.
There's so many questions and so much parity in the NFL. Prince, actually, here's a stat for you. Of the teams who made the playoffs last year, 7 of them didn't make the playoffs the previous year. So half the teams who made the playoffs last year didn't make it the year before. So I feel like there's going to be a ton of teams who make it this year who didn't make it last year. But here's the thing. These are all of our bets. Make sure you go to Tipico and lock in your bets right now.
Hey sports fans, if you want to learn more about sports betting, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget, for tips and analysis, make sure you go to betforthewin.com.